Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jen. In this video, I am reviewing the Gaomon, I don't actually know how to say that. The PD, so pen display 2200? Yeah, that's what it is. I have the thing, I don't even know what it's called. Anyway, so this is in Painter, so Corel Painter 2020 is what it is, because I got that from Humble, plus a bunch of other stuff because it's cheap. So if you ever want like anything like that, any art programs, often Humble is a good thing. They do occasionally have like cheap stuff for, you know, it's for a £300 plus programs or something like that. You get them quite cheap. It's quite cool. But yeah, so this is not a Christmas robin, but it's a robin, like winter robin, we'll say. Yeah, it's a winter robin. That's what it is. So now the tablet itself, when I was using Painter, big brushes, like a background, it was smooth, easy, no problems. When you got to the edges, of course, there was a bit of like lag and stuff between the actually where the cursor is and the pen is, but honestly, I don't work on the edges, so that's not an issue for me. If you do like work on a huge screen, it's not an issue for me. I tend to work like, you know, this, and then scroll in when I need to see something, but that's me. Oh god, I can't remember what they're called. The buttons on the side that you touch, quick shot key, the keys where you can, this is a great review, Jen, when I can't remember what the frick they're called, but the keys on the sides where you can, or wherever the keys are, depending on what tablet you have, I guess, where you can assign them certain keys, and my brain is just not thinking of what they're called at the moment. They work great and easy to assign whatever to them. I mean, I've got mine for, like, you know, erase, save, undo, redo, you know, it's set zoom in and set zoom out are already set, so I don't have to do that. And you can change the brush size too, which is handy. Don't have a problem with glare on them. I've watched a few review videos where it's like glare is a problem and you can't see them. I don't have that problem, and I'm backlit when I'm working on this, so I can't, I mean, my TV, the parts of the TV screen I can't see, but the tablet I can see no problem. So I don't know if it's just me, I'm not really sure, but the keys, no problem seeing, easy to use. This was easy to set up. The cables all connect in the back. Oh, and that cable that John was talking about in the last video, I think. Oh, I haven't done that video. I need to edit a video. It was cable connecting computer to that. Works perfectly fine. And the only thing is, when John was putting it together, he snapped the little cable organizer thing in the back. It doesn't affect the way the tablet works at all. It just organizes the cables a little easier. It snapped off. So I keep meaning to contact Gaomon to see if I can get another one if possible. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like I said, it does not affect the way the tablet works. Now, the pen, easy. You know, it's a pen. Works perfectly fine. Goes across the surface perfectly fine. Now, the nibs from the Huion one are completely different kind of length than the ones for this one, so I don't think I'll be able to use them. I really don't. I should probably test that, actually. You know, I'm gonna go test that really quick. So I just went and tested the pens, or the pen, see if the pen nibs would fit from the Huion pen nib, or pen to fit in the one in Gaomon. No, not gonna happen, because the Huion ones are too long, so they don't work. So I've got a bunch of pen nibs that won't work with this, but I still got the tablets for that Huion tablet, so if I wanted to use it for whatever reason, I could, because I still have lots of pens for that. But, or pen nibs at least for that, and 2 pens, because I bought 2 pens a while ago, because I didn't think I'd be getting a tablet to draw on like this, but I did, so hey, great. But yeah, so I was talking the pen, it's easy to hold, it's light, it's, you know, clickable if you need to. So I've got them turned off because the way I hold pens, I have a habit of hitting the nib for no reason, and it just starts pissing me off. But that's me, not the tablet. Tablet's okay. Now, the only thing that bugged me with this thing, now, and I don't know if it's probably, could be me, could be the program, don't really know. When I went to a really small, like, brush size, like, say, like a 2, right, it kind of lagged a little bit. It took a while for, like, for the phone to catch up with it, or the tablet to catch up with the movements, one or the other. Like I said, it could be the program. I don't think it is the program, because I've used small, with the other one, or the Huion drawing one, or my mouse. I think it's more harder, maybe it's harder for the pen to communicate what it's doing to the tablet. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to go look that up if I really cared, but I don't use that small of a brush very often. But for this, I did around like the eyes and stuff, and a bit of the feathers on the bird. Normally, I don't use a brush that small. But really, that's the only problem I've had with this, where it kind of lags when I'm using a smaller brush. Which, really, that's pretty good. The stand works well. It's you gotta pull the little clip on the back to get it straight or flat. I don't work flat or straight up because it's just awkward. It's kind of like a degree, so it's got range of movement and stuff, which is handy. Now, I tried Painter on this partly because I wanted to see if it would work, because Painter can be kind of hard on a program for a computer for some reason. I mean, I know this isn't a computer, but I wanted to see how well it communicated. Now, I did crash twice, but it's a big image in the end, and I think that's why it crashed, because it is quite a big image to work on and save. But yeah, so I decided, hey, let's try something different here. I've got an overhead camera, see if I can use it. Now, the glare on the screen of the tablet, I apologize for. We're trying to figure out how to, diffuse that so it's not so bright. But I thought you could see what I'm doing, and you can see what's going on the screen. You see the color difference between the two. Now, the monitor is actually more correct than my screen, because the TV screen is set for something completely different. It's not for art, we'll say. But, so the colors on the tablet are pretty close in the end. I mean, in the end, I changed the color scheme to CMYK, so it's a bit darker. But it's because in Painter you work in RGB, and then you need to either change it in a different program or change the color profile in a different program so that you can either upload it somewhere that accepts only certain colors and stuff, color profiles and stuff like that. But RGB generally accepts in a lot of places, but CMYK more so it does because printers, and it's a long story. I'm not getting into that here. Maybe if I do a graphic design video, I'll get more into that. The basics of graphic design, maybe I'll do that. But this isn't about graphic design, like I said. This is about this tablet that I got. And, like I said, quite happy with the way it works. It's I'm not going to be taking it anywhere. It's staying on the desk pretty much. And which is why I need a bigger desk. But this room isn't big enough. I've got too much crap in here. And then if we clear the other desk for John to see up here, it's, we're going to have to rearrange everything in here. Which is okay. Because, if he's up here doing something, and the dog will sit there and... But yeah, you see I'm working on the feather part of it, so a little short kind of thing. The pen is very responsive to what I'm doing, which is kind of what I like a lot about it. And it's easy to move things around and paint. And you see how I hold pencils, and it drives John nuts. I mean, it's not a pencil, it's a graphic pen. But, I can see when I'm looking at this why it bugs because it's like a death grip. But I can get another pen if I crack this one, it doesn't work. I'm not sure how much they are, but I can get a replacement if I do crack this one. You can get replacements on Galman's site. I did see that. There goes the pen. Doesn't break. You can get replacements for things on Galman's site. Now the cables, like the plugs and stuff like that, I think I mentioned in the other video that they're just generic plugs you can get wherever, so you don't need specific Galman plugs for that. So that's handy. Saves money. But yeah, so you can get replacements, I think, for the pen, I'm not sure what else actually, but they've got all kinds of accessories and stuff like that. You can, probably like a glove and stuff like that. But there's other stuff you can get too from the site. So there's replacements if you need them. Like you can get pen nibs, like I said. I know I can get them, which is handy because I can see why people go through pens because of the texture on this. I really can see that happening. I mean, it's not as textured as the Huion one. It's a lot smoother than that. But it still have a slight texture to it, so be prepared to change pen nibs on, probably on a more regular basis than you're used to if you use a much smoother tablet. Or if you're heavy-handed like I am, you'll be changing them a lot, but that's okay. But yeah, so now what should I talk about? So I'm happy with the tablet. Not just because I have it and I'm like, oh no, I can't say it's crap and stuff. It's not crap. It actually works quite well. Don't know what the hell that thunk just was, but hey, probably something behind the tablet I cannot see, but that's okay. Like I said, pen works except for when you get to a really small brush size, but I don't tend to use that small of a brush size. You get to the edge of the screen, it kind of lags a bit between where the cursor and the pen nib is, but I don't use, like, it's very slight. It's not a lot. I'm doing it right now, and it's like a mil at the most, really, maybe 2, where it changes how the space between them, because it is laminated. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it's a laminated tablet, which helps with that, so you don't get this pen lag between things, which, you know, is really handy when you're drawing digitally, because then you'll see almost immediately what you're actually doing. You don't have to be like, oh, what's going on? This doesn't look right. But you can see the fuzzy robin here. But yeah, so happy with the pen, happy with the tablet. The things people have mentioned before, where like the glare and stuff, I don't seem to have that issue with this. Maybe it's the angle I've got it set at. I don't really know. Maybe it's the light. Maybe it's the light in Scotland. I'm not really sure. Even that wouldn't make any sense. But then different light levels, maybe it does. Who knows? But yeah, I haven't had problems with that, with the light. Any problems with like lights and stuff like that. Haven't had problems with Corel Painter on it, or Affinity. Affinity Designer. Haven't had any problems. Like, quick look, I had that. What else did I try on this? Affinity Photo. No problems with that either. Moving things around. No lag between doing simple things. Corel Paint. Not Corel Paint. Clip Studio Pro, or Clip Studio EX actually. No problems doing that. It actually works pretty smoothly. No lag. Colors, like I said, colors are proper with the tablet compared to the monitor screen. But now I did use, I actually use this sometimes as a second monitor, because I'm like, I can't be bothered. I've got 2 different things open, so it actually works out well. But the sound comes out of the TV, obviously, not the monitor, because there's no sound on it. The tablet, I should say, not the monitor. But that's okay. Or if I could put speakers, I could do, yeah. I don't have room for speakers. I did think about, well, actually, John thought about getting a Visa arm, I can't remember, an arm to connect it to the wall. But I'm actually fine with it on my desk, actually, rather than on the wall. It would help take up space. It takes up space, because it's big. It's bigger than what I thought it would be, even after seeing people hold it and stuff. Either those people had really small hands, or big hands, or, you know, and I didn't realize how big it would be. But it's fine. Bigger is better. Well, not always, but, you know, it works. So, any problems, not that I could tell. You know, and like I said, them small things, the brush size, why can I not think what those damn keys are called on the sides where you can program them? I really can't. Quick keys, is that it? I think it's that. Could be. I don't know, could be wrong. They're easy to set up. Driver is very simple, basic. You get it on the site. Nothing, you know, too bad with that. Seems to work perfectly fine. I don't know why people have problems. I mean, it's a basic driver. There's nothing, you don't need, sometimes you could. But a lot of complaints probably come from different drivers, like really show you everything, but this one shows you everything you need, so that's fine. Works alright with the graphics card that I've got, but it would because it works connect to computer, so you know that doesn't matter, because it's not a computer. People forget that. It's not a computer, it's just a drawing tablet. You need to hook it up to a computer, but it's not an actual computer itself. It's not like you've got like a iPad or something, which is like a mini computer, or your phone. You know, you need to connect it to something for it to work, or you just bought a 300-pound plus lead weight or doorstop, but if you don't have any computer to attach it to. But yeah, so you definitely need a computer to attach it to, and a desk big enough to put it on, because it is 22 inches. Is it 22 and a half? The screen isn't that size. The screen is like, or is it a screen that's like that? I can't remember, but it's 22, so you do need the space for it. So remember that when you buy it, because unlike me, I was like, that's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was when I got it. Crap, but that's okay. So if we're gonna do any kind of traditional work, I'll have to move the tablet or move it off to the side so I don't get anything on it, because I'll cry if I did. But yeah, so just back to, I keep meaning to talk about this robin, but I keep forgetting because I'm talking about the tablet, rambling about the tablet. But I added some snow to the log the robin is sitting on. It looks kind of odd, but it gives it a wintry kind of feeling, which is good, which is kind of what I wanted. It needs a wintry thing, because robins tend to be seen in the winter here. And you know, that's probably why they're associated like Christmas cards. Not always, but a lot of them have robins on them because they're here in the winter. And generally, I mean, you do see them other times, but generally they're here in the winter, and they can be very aggro. Okay, you know, a little bit. They don't attack people like magpies or anything, but they will, you know, be kind of angry. But they're so cute, people just laugh at them. So, you know, or if they try to attack you, I guess you could just give them a good kick. Don't kick animals. But yeah, no. And then added some blue to the snow because, you know, it needs to look a little bit like snow. At the moment, it just looked like icing on the log, which is really odd. But yeah, so this is done now. I've changed the colors to CMYK here because I need to upload it to places. And I could have used RGB, but I was like, hubby's like, put CMYK. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Might as well. So, the hardest thing on this thing to draw was the damn feet, because the pen thing with the small nib problem. But that's, you know, I need to remember to think about that in the future. But yeah, so yeah, that is my finished Robin. That is my very rambling review about my tablet, which I didn't know really what to say besides, it works. What else are you supposed to say? It works. If it didn't work, I'd be like, what the frick is going on with this damn thing? But no, it works perfectly fine. No big problems. It's bigger than what I thought it would be. Yeah, that's what she said. But don't. Yeah, it's. I have no complaints. I really don't. And I'm not saying that just because we spent a bit of money on it. You know, no complaints whatsoever. It works. It works with everything that I needed to work with, and that's the main thing with me. That it works with everything that I needed to work with, and I'm getting used to how the pen, like the way things work. Like you can get more painterly look with it. Well, it's not the tablet so much that does it, but it allows me to do that because my pen in. It's like you're actually drawing, and you're not having to get that hand-eye monitor look down so that what you're putting on like a tablet, like a non-drawing on tablet. You know, it works better if you're drawing and you can see what you're doing, rather than having to train your hand and your eye to look up all the time. It's kind of like when you take life drawing class. You have to train your eye to look up, quick looks, quick up and down looks to paper to the model, so that you draw properly. You can draw the model properly. Here, you can just look at the screen rather than having to look up and down unless you're watching something. And then it makes it a little easier, at least for me, to draw. Because it is more like drawing on paper, even though with like a non-screen tablet, it's once you get your brain around it, it works just as well. But this is much bigger, and it's like, oh, I'm precious. But it's like, don't get anything on it. Nobody, I will kill you. But so yeah, so that, like I said, is my very rambly review about the tablet. And my Robin to test it out, which kind of actually turned out really good, actually. I'm not for a simple, you know, it's a very, very simple idea. Very simple thing, nothing extravagant. This is what it is. It's a Robin on a branch with snow. So that's what it is. And it looks okay. But yeah, anyway. So yes, thank you for watching. And please come back on, what's today? Today is Saturday. So please come back on Wednesday to see what I'm doing next.